Picture this. The lights are blazing down on the grandest stage in world football. The atmosphere? Absolutely electric. The entire globe is literally holding its collective breath. Why? Because right at the epicenter of it all, we are witnessing a cinematic showdown of truly epic proportions. Welcome to This Explainer, where we're tracking a high-stakes duel, a ticking clock, and a narrative so perfectly scripted you'd honestly think it was pitched in Hollywood. This is a rivalry that has defined a whole era, but right now, in this very second, it has completely boiled down to a single, incredibly dramatic deadlock.
We are currently watching the absolute tightest Golden Boot race in recent World Cup history unfold right in front of us. And, this isn't just about two guys scoring some goals. No, this is about two absolute masters of their craft operating at the absolute peak of their powers, just matching each other blow for blow. The tension is incredibly palpable. Honestly, every single time the ball gets near the penalty area, history just holds its breath. You don't even need a spreadsheet of stats to feel the gravity here. The sheer weight of this race is hanging over the whole tournament, basically casting a giant shadow over every other storyline out there.
So let's dive into the first part of this setup, the ultimate Golden Boot race, a deadlock at the top of the world.
Right now, we have two absolute footballing titans sitting in a perfect tie. They're staring each other down from the very summit of the world's most prestigious sporting event. Neither one has flinched, neither has faded. But, and this is the kicker, the circumstances of where they actually stand right now could not be more wildly different. Now, just to be clear, the Golden Boot, which goes to the top goal scorer at the end of the tournament, isn't just another shiny trophy for the mantelpiece. It's a guarantee of immortality. It tells the world that when the pressure was at its absolute highest, you were the most lethal, uncompromising force out there. Winning this, it means your name is etched in stone, forever separated from the rest of the pack. Which brings us to Messi's frozen goal tally, a phenomenal record, completely locked in time. This is where the story takes a deeply dramatic, almost tragic turn. If we look at Lionel Messi, he's sitting right there at the peak of the mountain, breathing that rarefied air of the tournament's absolute elite. But there's a massive, massive catch here. Look at the reality of his situation. Yes, Messi has successfully reached the top of the goal scorer list. His performances have been nothing short of magical. But his tournament run has officially ended. His tally is finalized. He is fundamentally, literally unable to add a single extra goal to his name. It's kind of like the tragedy of a fallen gladiator, right? He fought brilliantly, he conquered his way to the top, but his battle is over. He's totally powerless now. He can't defend his position on the pitch anymore. All he can do is sit, watch, and wait, while the tournament just keeps going without him. And man, the contrast here is just staggering. Messi's reality is completely static. He's tied on goals, he's eliminated, and his tally is forever finalized. But then we look at Kylian Mbappé. He is completely active. His story is actively being written as we speak, and he is stepping out onto that pitch to play Spain tonight. Think about that juxtaposition for a second. One legend's fate is completely sealed in the record books, locked away. The other? He's holding a pen, poised directly over a blank page, ready to write the next chapter. Let's move to Mbappé's clash with Spain. The active challenger steps onto the pitch. So the theoretical turns into reality tonight. The stadium lights are on, the grass is perfectly cut, and destiny is sitting right there in Mbappé's own hands. See, a static tie means absolutely nothing to an active player. Tonight is all about breaking that deadlock. But the hurdles in front of him are immense. First, he has to navigate a completely world-class Spanish defense. Second, he's got to break that goal deadlock. Because remember, literally just one single goal pushes him past the frozen tally of his rival. And finally, he has to advance his team to the final. Those are the massive, towering steps standing between him and outright glory right now.
And that leads us to the stakes for the final, because this is about way more than just the goals.
We're definitely not just talking about a piece of golden footwear anymore. If Mbappé actually overcomes these hurdles tonight, the implications go way, way beyond a simple statistic. Think about it. Reaching the final while simultaneously claiming the top scorer spot outright, that launches a player into a totally different stratosphere of historical greatness. Tonight is the ultimate crucible, a massive clash versus Spain. Tomorrow, we all wake up to the immediate aftermath of those 90 minutes. And stretching into the future, we're looking at the final and the absolute cementing of a legacy. History isn't just something that passively happens to these guys. Tonight, history is being actively engineered on the pitch within this specific, agonizingly short window of opportunity.
Which means we're just awaiting tomorrow's outcome. The climax approaches.
You can seriously feel the anticipation building like a tidal wave right now. The clock is steadily ticking down to that impending kickoff, and every single second that passes brings us closer to the resolution of a story that has captivated millions of us. The talking stops tonight. The wild theories, they stop tonight. And it all brings us back to one defining premise: exactly why Mbappé and Messi's Golden Boot race ended differently. We are standing at the exact tipping point where a perfectly balanced equation is finally forced to solve itself. One path is already written in permanent ink. The other is being written in real time, under the brightest lights imaginable.
So, this brings us to the ultimate question. The deadlock exists right this second, sure, but it absolutely cannot last. When that final whistle blows tomorrow, when the dust finally settles on the pitch and the echoes of the crowd fade away, who will stand alone? Keep your eyes on the pitch.